Thanks for staying with us. Now, this past weekend was a difficult one for City Power. The Johannesburg power supply suffered more than a dozen incidents of cable theft and vandalism. It says its teams are now working against the clock to reconnect affected areas. One arrest has since been made, but criminal activity is a long-standing problem. City Power is calling on residents to report any suspicious behaviour around electricity infrastructure in the city. Spokesperson Isaac Mangena joins me now with the latest. Thank you so much for your time, Isaac. We do appreciate it. Let's just start off with how serious the problem actually is. I must say that in recent weeks, it seems as though the problem has gotten worse because many areas don't get their lights switched back on after rolling blackouts. Could this be also linked to the problem? Maybe just paint us a picture about how serious this is.
The picture is really dark, Heidi, and excuse the pun, because we are dealing with a very serious problem of organized criminality that is happening around our infrastructure, whereby our cables get stolen, our mini substations get vandalized, and so forth. And that obviously is compounded by the impact of load shedding. Since this year started, we've never had a day where we didn't have load shedding, at least stage 3, stage 4. Last year, we endured at least 205 days of load shedding. So during that time, every time we are dealing with impacts of load shedding, we issue a schedule, and that schedule is also being used by criminals to basically plan their activities around our infrastructure, knowing very well that they don't stand in dangerous way when lights are off, when electricity is not there, unlike when there are lights, within the system. So we are basically dealing with that, but obviously we are also dealing with the issue of aging infrastructure, which obviously when there is load shedding, it basically reacts, the wear and tear increases, and you find instances where we're dealing with many equipment failures, many cable faults that are happening, and that is not really sustainable. As you rightfully pointed out, this weekend was really one of the worst this year, at least, whereby we're dealing with more outages across the city of Johannesburg, over 2,500, and most of those were basically due to the cable theft and vandalism that was happening, especially in Roodepoort, where we recorded many cable thefts. Since the 1st of January, we dealt with about 19 cable thefts in Roodepoort alone.
So this is what I wanted to ask you. So Roodepoort seems to be a problem, but which other areas are currently still affected and without power because of this cable theft and vandalism?
Look, the issue about cable theft is that it's a moving target, it's a moving problem. So we deal with cable theft today, tomorrow it happens somewhere, they hit somewhere. So we are fairly okay in Roodepoort, even though we're still dealing with the aftermath of the weekend carnage. So we are still currently busy working there, but we still have other areas, including the Rambek area, the North Riding areas. Lenasia is also one of the hotspots of cable theft and vandalism. We're also having a problem of cable theft and vandalism in the eastern part of Johannesburg, Cleveland, GB area. Just this early this morning, we arrested six suspects with about 247 kg of copper cable and copper beads. These are the beads that you normally would find inside our transformers and mini substations. So you can see, and among some of the people that we arrested, though, are business people. So you can see how organized this cable theft is, and we really appreciate the help that we get from Essential Infrastructure Task Team, which we are part of. It's an SAPS unit that was formed by the president in mid last year, after our mayor, Dr. Mphalatse, basically wrote a letter to the president and the minister to say the problem is so big that we are not able to cope as the city of Johannesburg. We need national intervention, and that intervention is really bearing fruits, is really assisting. Like I said, this morning we arrested 6 suspects, and since the year started, financial year started in July, we arrested 147 suspects for cable theft and vandalism. So this is really commendable, but the road is still far. We're still encountering problems of cable theft and vandalism across the city of Johannesburg, and that is the main reason why we often don't have lights as we should actually give our customers lights.
Yeah, the situation is really dire and it's actually very worrying. Just very quickly, Isaac, I want to ask you, the people that you have arrested, so you mentioned 6 people this morning, 147 suspects since the start of the financial year. Do these also include City Power officials? Isaac, can you hear me?
Yeah, we've never ruled out the involvement of our own employees. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, you can carry on. Go ahead.
Can you hear me, Heidi? Yes, I was saying we have never really ruled out the involvement of our own employees as City Power. And yes, among some of the people that were arrested includes City Power contractors and also City Power security that were found basically assisting some of the criminals to basically move copper cables, the ones that we basically put into our salvage yard to recycle. They basically take them and they were trying to sell them back to the criminals. So yes, part of those arrested are City Power connected employees, including contractors and also security people. So we are also even tailing others currently as we're talking, because we believe that the person who not everyone knows where our people that have actually worked on our network basically know where our cables are and who will be able to know what to press, what to touch, so that they do not get electrocuted during the commission of their crimes.
Just lastly, Isaac, I want to ask you if you are able to ascertain the cost of all of this, and also why no security is being deployed, or more security being deployed to these specific areas. I mean, I've covered these stories before, and I know that it does become quite violent and aggressive out there. But surely if you know what these hotspots are, and if it's the common areas like Randburg, North Riding, Roodepoort that keep getting attacked, surely you as City Power should up your game.
Yes, indeed. In terms of security, we are basically beefing up our security resources in all the hotspot areas. But we cannot defeat this scourge on our own. That's why part of our strategy is to basically work with the communities, because of if you look at the communities where we operate, most of the areas, the suburbs, the townships, they already have security networks or infrastructure. So you've got your neighborhood watch, you've got your patrollers in townships like Alexandra. So what we want to do as City Power, what we're doing basically is to basically work alongside those people. As I'm talking to you on Thursday, we will be in Florida having a meeting with the CPFs there, with the SAPS as well as JMPD, and also other community policing units, so that we can be able to put in motion some of the strategies and plans that we have already put on, so that we can be able to deal and cap the issue of vandalism and cable theft in those areas. So that is part of what we're doing. But also, as I mentioned earlier, we are working with the SAPS. Remember, City Power's work is to basically provide electricity, not to arrest and prosecute criminals. So part of what we're doing is to work with the police, so that we assist them in arresting, in identifying some of the cables, and also in ensuring that those cases are actually prosecutable in court, and this suspect get a lengthy sentence. So we're basically doing something there. In terms of the costs, we are losing about 2 billion rents annually to non-technical losses, which includes cable theft. So it's something that we don't actually budget for. But because of the issues that are happening now, because of the increase in cable theft, and also the fact that load shedding itself does not seem to subside, it means that we basically are taking money from somewhere, maybe electrification or security, and we're basically buying equipment. So it's not really sustainable, if you ask me.
Certainly not, and it's very worrying, because it doesn't seem as though rolling blackouts are going anywhere. But thank you for your insights, and we wish you all the best. That was City Power spokesperson Isaac Mangena.